Without a list of ideas or niches for your KDP no content and low content books, you're going to have difficulty building or even starting your publishing business in the first place. So I'm going to give you 7 ways for coming up with an abundance of book ideas so you'll never be short on what to publish next. And they are not all websites either. Now, if you've not been to this channel before, then welcome. My name's Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it. And that's your money I'm talking about. If you do like videos like that, then please do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive notification of when I produce more videos like this. Okay, the most common question I get, can you give me a niche to publish on Amazon? Well, I'm going to go one better than that, and instead of giving you the fish, I'm going to give you the fishing rod, bait and hooks so you can find these niches yourself. And if you don't know, a niche just refers to a particular segment of the market, like colouring books, handwriting books for kids, accounting books and so on. Now, 2 points to note. First, this is idea generation and not looking at whether they are profitable or competitive. That's the next step. And if you want a video on that, then let me know in the comments below. Second, you need somewhere to capture these ideas, especially as once you start practicing this, you'll find ideas come at you when you're in bed, having a shower, or out for a walk. Now, I use a notebook like this. And no, it's not a KDP book. And no, I've not got big hands. It's just a small pocket book, which I always carry around with me. And there are apps that you can download to your phone or your computer, like Microsoft To Do and Apple Notes, which you can easily write down these ideas in. Now, currently, I'm using Apple Notes, which is quick, simple to use, and I've actually developed my own organization and productivity system on it. Okay, so let's get into these. And these are in no particular order. And at number 1, we've got Redbubble, which is an incredible source of ideas for no and low content books. What I normally do is go to stationery and office, click on hardcover journals. Now we can see here in this right hand side menu, we can sort these by trending and best selling. So we'll click on best selling. And these will give us the hardcover books that are currently best selling on Redbubble. So they give us ideas not only for niches, but also the types of cover designs that are selling well. Now, what's powerful about this is this menu at the top here, because we can narrow our search down even further and really dig into those niche ideas. So, for example, we'll click on occupations. We're still on best selling and we can scroll down. Now, straight away, I'm seeing that engineer notebooks are selling well. Psychology looks good. Marketing staff. So if I saw something like engineer, I go across to Amazon, put in engineering and see what comes up in the Amazon suggestions. And this is great because Amazon is actually telling us what people are searching for. And here we've got engineering notebook listed, engineering paper notebook. And we can see engineering notebook has 3,600 searches on Google per month. Now I get that information from a paid plugin that I've got called Keywords Everywhere. And also I've got a free Chrome plugin installed called AMZ Suggestion Expander, which gives us these other ideas as well. And there's even engineering for kids book. So these would all go down on my notebook or app as ideas, which I would then investigate later on in terms of competitiveness and for potential profitability. Now we can also see here that it narrows the occupations down even more, so we can really dig down. We've got teacher, programmer, doctor, military, nurse, lawyer, etc. So this really is quite powerful. Next, number 2 is Etsy. Now normally what I do is click on gifts, scroll down and see if anything jumps out at me that could be a niche for notebooks. If we go down even further, we can see here there's a section on journals and planners. And again, we can sort these in terms of relevancy or top customer reviews. If books have lots of reviews, then obviously they're making lots of sales. Now, what I do like about Etsy is this, and that you can search for printables. And these are very much like the low content books that we create. And again, sort by top customer reviews and see what's selling well and see if there's any ideas for low content books. Next, go to Amazon itself and click on bestsellers and click on books. And what I normally do is just have a scroll down. It gives us the top 100 books and I see if there's anything again that jumps out at me that will go into my notebook and see if there are any low content books here. And at number 41, we've got this one here, which is a learn to write workbook for kids. So that's in the number tracing, letter tracing niche. Now we can narrow this down even further. A favourite of mine is to go to children's books. And again, scroll down, get some ideas, but you can narrow this down even further. Two of my favourite areas are early learning and education and reference. If we click on the latter, we've got joke books for kids. That could be a low content book. Again, handwriting practice, a first colouring book for kids, my first 100 words. Now, number 4, Google. What I do is something like type in hobbies list and go to Wikipedia. And here we can see we've got this great list of different hobbies. Now, as I just have a quick look down here, beer tasting. Let's go across to Amazon. Put in beer tasting. Does everything come up? Yes, a beer tasting journal with 70 searches per month. So that's something that I would want to investigate at another time. Another thing, and this is how I started, was I searched for a list of sports and I created a lot of books around training logbooks, dietary logbooks as well. And if again you go to the Wikipedia list of sports, you've got a list here which could probably take you about a whole year to cover in different types of books. Now at number 5, and this isn't a website, but it's actually to go out and about. You could just walk through a city centre, look at the type of businesses that are out there, see if there's anything that you could create that might service their need. One of my favourites is actually going into physical bookshops, believe it or not, and going to the notebooks and journals section and getting an idea of the designs of books they've got, any particular niches of the books they've got, looking at colour schemes, because that way you're taking advantage of a bookseller's marketing team. They've probably spent hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars on marketing and predicting what trends will be over the next 6 to 12 months. And what I often do is stroll through the store and just take a picture of the selections of notebooks they've got so that when I get home, I can investigate them further. Okay. Number 6, a holidays and celebrations list for each month of the year. Now, I've got this from childhood101.com. It says you can download and print your own copy of this to use. And it gives a list of events and holidays and celebrations for each month of the year. And you can see there's quite a lot here. Now, people might be buying gifts centered around these particular events or days. So again, that's worthwhile looking at. Now, what I suggest doing if you are going to go into something like this is publish a book 2 to 3 months ahead of when these dates are. So it gives your book time to get into Amazon, get indexed by Amazon for its keywords, and hopefully give it a better chance of being found when people do then go onto Amazon and buy gifts around these events. Okay, last one, and this is a paid tool. But the reason I want to show you this is that they have updated the particular tool I use on BookBolt. And this is the Cloud tool. And I often use this for researching niches, ideas for books and journals, and also looking at trending journals. So here, for example, we've got top 100 books in the notebook category. Now, it doesn't grab every single one. It does miss the occasional one, but you do get a good idea of books that are selling well, gives you an idea of the designs of the books, and also, as I said, gives you ideas of books that are trending. Now, what they have updated is the categories list. Now they've got calendars, colouring books, activity books, puzzle books, comic books, guest books, log books, trackers, and sketch books. So, for example, if we were to click on colouring book, it would give us a list of all the top selling colouring books on Amazon. And again, we've got ideas here, not only for the big colouring book niche, but also niching down into things like colouring books for kids, kawaii colouring books that I've covered in another video, dinosaur colouring books. So again, you get lots of ideas that can go onto your list and that you can investigate further. Now, if you're new to publishing on Amazon, then watch this video next, where I walk you through the whole process of designing and creating your first notebook and publishing it for free. Thank you very much for your time. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, goodbye.